Hey, what's up, friend? You are you interested in lack of skill? Yeah. Or maybe some suck. I'm just a new guy for the love of game. Wait, don't go. I know it's bad. Times have changed, but not by mad. Don't you know that games are my thing? Yeah, I know it's getting real late. Come on, look at me. I even do storytelling. Also, podcasts on great game subjects. Okay, yeah, I'm not a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. But hey, that's what makes me so unique, right? Right? And give it up for me, everybody. Hello, welcome. This is the NIKO Show. How's it going? Are you doing well? I think you might be doing well. You might be doing better than me. Because I look really tired. Because I literally got up about 20 minutes ago. I haven't even got the octaves and the decibels all down. So, yeah, I guess we're waking up. You guys are waking up with me. And, you know, right before I switched over to this camera view, I sneezed. Okay, that was ready. That was the story. That was it, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was the story. Anyway, hello guys, I'm NikoTheLegend, also known as the well-mannered teenager, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and Vigil. I know, it's a lot of names, but you know, try to keep up. These are names that I don't I don't make for myself, besides NikoTheLegend. All those other nicknames I listed are from other people that have given me nicknames. Apparently people just like to call me a bunch of different names, but you know what? Who am I to argue about the greatness of their names, you know? I just don't know. My favorite one is the Rambling Idiot. That one's great. That one, you know, we're almost at 1,000 subs in YouTube, and these are the nicknames that I have gotten so far. It's like, am I more popular than I actually think? Than I formerly thought? I don't know. I don't know. YouTube doesn't tell me anything. They don't tell me. They just tell me how much I'm failing. I guess that's the point. All right, guys. So. Welcome, this is the NIKO Show. I hope you're ready for today's episode because it was a last second thought of what I wanted to talk about. You know, this is the thing. You can ask me a simple question. Oh, Nick, that was weird calling myself that. What do you do? Like, how do you think of topics, you know, to talk about in your show? Sometimes it just hits me like a freight train when I'm least expecting it, and sometimes I have to literally think right before the show starts. And I'm like, okay, what are the things that I've been thinking of over the past couple weeks that I've been just rambling, inner monologuing, or talking with friends or something? I don't know. So this was that kind of situation, and this is gonna, you know, like I said, I always say this. I always say these topics I talk about are interesting, top of my head. I'm improv. I'm just free versing, no script really. The only script I'm going with is the weird articles that we do. We do try to do 2 each episode, but depending on what's being talked about as the main topic in the show, it kind of determines if I even talk about weird news. Like, for example, is the top 100 Japanese video games that Japan liked or something. You know, that one I just went straight in because it takes up so much time. Which the finale should be done. Maybe we'll do the finale episode on the next episode or the next 2 episodes. Who knows? But yeah, it's almost done. Not many people like watching it because it's only at 3 views. So, I don't know if you guys been like me or Japan or Japan's games and taste in video games. I don't know. You tell me. Anyway. So yeah, our topic today, we are going to be talking about video games should stop. And I'll get into that later. But yes, video games should stop. I'm sick of how many video games there are these days. I know you can add this to anything in life, but you know what they say, too much of a good thing is a bad thing, right? Enough is enough. Well, we will go into greater detail later on in the show. I know, I'm not trying to sound smug or anything, like I'm this almighty voice against the opposition, because you know, my entire life is is a video game. I'm living in The Sims or something. No, I'm just kidding. But trust me, I love video games, but even I know that there's limits that need to it needs to have, you know, if that makes any sense. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm just rambling right now, of course, rambling idiot. Hey, that's me. Hey, it's me. But yeah, we'll go into that later. So, like I said, we are doing great on the NIKO show. I just had John Paul Hayward on the last episode, and we talked all about Chrono Cross. It was awesome. Fun guy, super cool guy. You should check out that video. It was my second time with him. Yeah, and that's all we talked about was Chrono Cross, and I didn't even want to end the episode, but an hour is what I try to go with, and then he had something important to do, and you know, busy, right? We're all busy. Now, and I've been posting things about Chrono Cross, and they've been doing fairly well in NikoTheLegend, you know, standards, right? I've been getting subs again on YouTube, and that's a weird feeling because for a whole year, I lost subs because they were probably just empty or nobody was using those accounts. They were bots or something. I was losing subs, but I was pumping out content, but I was losing subs. Do you see the irony here? The irony is that I should be getting some attention by posting videos instead of losing attention. Maybe it's not irony. Maybe I'm just unlikable. I don't know. But these Chrono Cross videos have been helping me get back on my feet. So guess what? When I'm on I thought of this the other day. See, something like I said, episode ideas hit me like a freight train sometimes. So when I'm down to the last 5 subs on YouTube, I'm going to do a special live stream. And it's just going to be countdown. I call it countdown to 1,000 subs or something like that. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because 1,000 subs is what I've been aiming for. That's the only thing I've really been caring about on YouTube to aim for as a goal, as a milestone on the channel, for real. So, yeah, that would be a fun one. Hey, and besides, I haven't done a live stream on the NIKO show episode in a while, just because the past year has just been a really big funk for me, and I'm kind of just being low key at the moment. So, spoilers, this is pre-recorded in case you didn't wonder, in case you didn't notice. But, hey, if you're listening now, come back to NIKO. You can find me anywhere. Hey, Spotify, Libsyn, you know, links down below. YouTube, of course, Twitch, Twitter. Man, I'm everywhere. I got my own Discord server, too. Come on, say hello. Come on by. You know, I won't bite. Maybe a little bit if you're into that kind of thing. But, you know, we got to buy me dinner first. Or, I don't know, maybe when we talk about a giant porcupine in a second here, you know, maybe that'll be the gift that keeps giving or keeps hurting in that regard. So, guys, yes, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate it. And one last shameless plug. Let's Plop, a new Let's Play YouTube channel, duo Let's Play channel, where me and a bud of mine are playing your favorite video games or not so favorite video games and bringing back the old classic Let's Play style of goofy commentary and lots of dying in a game, or just playing the game and just having a good time. So that's happening. So you'll see the links down for that below. That's Let's Plop. I hope you check it out. We just started about a couple months ago. Very, 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 very slow progression. We're only at 9 subs. I'm not afraid to admit it, but you know, Let's Play channels these days, it's so oversaturated. But I wanted to bring it back because I'm sick of Twitch highlights, right? I'm sick of all the highlight reel videos that people like to do nowadays. So I'm bringing it back. Anyway, so guys, you see in the background there, over there, that's going to give you an idea of how many video games there are this day. No, there's like a bazillion more. I was actually supposed to look up a fact on how many video games have been created to this day. But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. So let's just start with the weird stuff. I talk about 2 weird articles, and I go from there. I practice some crappy stand-up routine of just making stupid jokes along as I go. It's just not me. I don't know. I just, improv or humor for me, it just happens literally like split-second moment. Maybe it'll happen here. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Okay, so I hope you're ready for the first one, because it's not that one. Don't worry about that one. This one's talking about how UFOs are real. I hope you're ready for that. Now, I get all these from HuffPost. I know. It's like the 4th link when I look up. All I do is just look up weird news. And why do I do weird news? Because at least I want to have some realistic aspect that you guys can be like, oh, okay. It's not just about video games in this channel. You know, it's kind of like a mixed bag, like my my pale skin and red hat. You know, that's a mixed bag or something. What did that mean? I don't know. Cherry on top, red hat. I'm vanilla ice cream. We're moving on. So, this was... What? Holy crap, these are kind of old. Whatever, who cares? Former manager of DoD Aerospace Threat Program. UFOs are real! Wow, this is a long article, too. Who cares? So, something extraordinary was revealed today. Former high-level officials and scientists with deep black experience, I don't know what that means, maybe it's something sexual, who have always remained in the shadows came forward on one, oh, okay, maybe that's what it means, on one platform. These insiders have long-standing connections to government agencies, which may have programs investigating unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP/UFOs. By the way, if I fumble my words, it's because I just woke up not even an hour ago. I drank a cup of water. I don't know if that's going to work. The team includes a 25-year veteran of the CIA's Directorate of Operations, a Lockheed Martin Program Director for Advanced Systems at Skunk Works, never heard of it, and a former Deputy Assistant Director of Defense for Intelligence. Okay. Oh, crap. This is talking about Tom DeLonge's company? I had no fucking clue. Okay. Back in 2017. Oh, shit. Today marked the official launch of To the Stars Academy of Arts and Science, an innovative public benefit corporation which will advance research into unexplained phenomena and develop related technology. It has established 3 synergistic divisions: science, aerospace, and entertainment. We believe these are discoveries within our reach that will revolutionize the human experience, says company president and CEO Tom DeLonge. Oh my God, what the fuck? I was not expecting that. Oh my God, that's it on the stage. Please see my previous story released yesterday for background on today's announcement, which blah blah blah. Okay, wow. I really didn't think he'd be on show. That's fucking goofy, dude. What the heck? Tom in a suit just doesn't work. He's a punk. According to a TTS and AAS statement, its team members who have been operating under the shadows of top secrecy for decades believe that there is sufficient credible evidence of UAP that proves exotic technologies exist that could revolutionize the human experience. And you know what's funny? I've been listening to a lot of Coast to Coast, which talks about the UFO type of stuff and the phenomena all about it, and just weird, wacky science and history stuff. That's Coast to Coast. It's really great. And Tom DeLonge has been on Coast to Coast quite a bit. This could represent the beginning of a trend towards a new openness on the part of the U.S. government. These people know more than any of us and will be releasing important data on UAP in the future. As an investigative reporter with a long-standing interest in the subject who has worked with a few Academy team members in the past, I was shown some of this data at a meeting with them on October 4th. I was really hoping this was going to be weird, but this is kind of boring so far. Whatever. We'll just see how this goes. Present for that 4-hour meeting was Luis Elizondo, who ran an important program at the DoD. Elizondo, sorry. Oh, there's a typo there. HuffPost is a senior career intelligence officer whose experience includes working with the U.S. Army, the Department of Defense, the National Counterintelligence Executive, and the Director of National Intelligence. I know a lot of names. He served as the Director for the National Program Special Management Staff in the Office of Secretary of Defense. He is also the former Director of Programs to investigate UAT, unidentified aerial threats for the Office of Secretary of Defense. Jesus, how many fucking titles do we need here? Lou will architect partnerships with some very sensitive places to help us protect us and the technology involved, so we may achieve for you the extraordinary, DeLonge said at today's event. Yeah. He actually has his own TV show that he did. I think it was for the History Channel called Identified. I never actually watched it, which I kind of should, just to see if it's even up to snuff. But you know how UFO channels, shows go, right? It's usually the same crap they talk about. I asked him if these identified objects were considered to be threats. They do not exhibit overt hostility, he said, but something unexplained is always assumed to be a potential threat until we are certain it isn't. On the bright side, I believe we are closer than ever before in our understanding of how it operates, he told me. So, yeah, Tom's been always into aliens big time since he was a kid. So now now after he's still being a rock star playing music and stuff, but this is like one of his big things that he really wants to get into. And he does let's just say he pretty much gets in bed with government officials, just figuratively. I mean, shoot, he might physically. I don't fucking know. He did get a divorce not too long ago, like a few years ago or a year ago. I don't remember. What am I, just Tom DeLonge, paparazzi or agent or something, or propaganda guy? I don't know. I just Blink-182 is my favorite band, so there you go. And Angels and Airwaves, Ariel's Airwaves. But anyway, yeah. I always say Tom got in too deep with these guys, but if you really want to know the juicy information about behind the scenes of what goes on with the government and all the UFO stuff, you're going to have to give an arm and a leg and maybe your penis at that point. At the event today, Elizondo explained his work this way: "I'm accustomed to being involved in close-hold, nuanced programs involving national security. This includes being a counterintelligence special agent, a case officer, and intelligence practitioner." Seriously, this guy is really self-indulgent here. "However, by far the most interesting effort I was involved with was the topic of advanced aerial threats." Okay. This is a pretty long article. I was really hoping it was going to be about the porcupine the entire time, but that's the other article. He stated that he ran a sensitive aerospace threat identification program focusing on identified aerial technologies. His job at TTS/AAS will be to work as a liaison and interlocutor. I can't talk today. Oh, God. Jeez. All right. I'm sorry, folks. Really retarded right now. In the collection of this information for the science division. Yeah, don't ever do a podcast less than an hour after waking up. Unless someone feeds you like hot tea down your throat. Allowing us to collect facts for analysis. How will this be done? One way is through the COI, which will provide a platform for the detection and triangulation of phenomena events in real time, and allows us two-way communication between the public and our team regarding this information. Okay. This is kind of boring to read about. There's nothing funny about this. Maybe I should actually look through the article. Hey, like I said, I'm just making excuses for myself. I failed, ladies and gentlemen. I'll never make it. I'll never be a Jimmy Fallon or Conan O'Brien or any other hack. Stephen Colbert, yeah, hack. How about you do another fucking? You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't even care. I don't care enough. I don't care. No one else cares. Okay, let's just run through this real quick. Okay, so I don't know what you guys believe with the UFOs, if you think it's real or not. I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up with to the Stars Academy. I have been seeing posts of Tom saying, "Oh my God, it's real," this and that, some really crazy shit. You don't know what I know. He's like I said, he has been in bed with these government officials that supposedly know, and he gets a lot of people that have either used to work for certain companies that involve UFO phenomena, that they have certain particular knowledge or specific knowledge in regards to UFOs, or he does talk to people that still work for those corporations like Lockheed, SpaceX, I don't know, people that work for Area 51, and so on and so forth. Just think big government companies, okay? So he's really diving deep into it, and unfortunately, it's kind of making him way too political. Not just that, but with UFOs and that, but just political and everything else. He's becoming too much of a government pawn these days. Unfortunately, that's the thing. You have to sell your soul in order to get the information from the government. You have to really just become this little hunchback of Notre Dame where you're ringing a bell all day and nobody really gives a shit about you besides one person. And maybe that's, it's not an attractive French lady. It's I've never seen the movie, but I think it's attractive. Yeah, it takes place in France. But instead of that, it's an alien. It's an alien, Tom. That's what you wanted, right? It's an alien trying to finger your butthole. And who knows? Maybe the government officials are all crab people. Who cares? Anyway, so UFOs are real. Okay, that was great. I hope, man, that was an amazing thing. We're just going to go to the next one. I hate everything right now. I'm sorry, guys, that I wasted your time on that article. I feel like I betrayed my audience. Because I really just wanted to talk about giant porcupines, all right? Give me some credit. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, me. Oh, God. Okay. So, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. Oh, man. My green screen almost fell over. It's getting spooky in the NIKO show. I'm getting destructive. I'm getting destructive, y'all. Okay. So, giant porcupine puppet provides quills and thrills at Los Angeles Park. Wow, what a way to start that article. Quills and thrills. I don't think quills actually give you thrills. They really hurt. I've never been hit by a porcupine or, stung by one or stabbed or poked. But have you seen Homeward Bound 1? Yeah. That gives you a good idea. Poor dog. Okay, the puppet named Percy has a circumference of nearly 40 feet and has 2,000 foam quills that it took a house worth of paint to put stripes on. Yeah, what a national monument. Where's this out of? Who did this? Oh, Los Angeles? Boy, why am I not surprised? Oh, NIKO, what does that mean? Go to Los Angeles and you won't be surprised anymore. It was a quilling experience for all. See, this is what happens. I'm going to give you a killing experience for all.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Percy, a porcupine puppet of prodigious proportions, emerged from her giant stump home for an audience of school children and media members at the Los Angeles Park on Tuesday. Man, it should just be, you know what, if they make Escape from LA 2, it's not Escape from New York and Escape from LA and Escape from, I don't know, Chicago. No, it's just Escape from LA 2 because we need that. Escape from, with good old, oh God. I was about to say Kevin Bacon or Patrick Swayze. Oh, God, no. That's terrible. Hold on, I'll just look this up. Jeez, I can't remember. Kurt Russell, jeez Louise. See, I'm so bad thinking on the spot. Kurt Russell, we just need him to come back, and next time it'll involve Los Angeles with a nuclear threat of a giant porcupine. And there'll be a bunch of gang members, and they won't even realize, and then they hit the bomb accidentally, and they all die, and then the movie never existed. So, the adorable beast inspires oohs and ahs as she blinked her droopy eyes and opened her mouth to show her buck teeth. That's really rude and disgusting at the same time. She stood nearly 2 stories tall with a nose the size of a Volkswagen. Well, and Germans are taking notes now. I would expect that they make a porcupine model coming soon. Das Auto instead of this Das Animal or something. Das. A joint project of the San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance, and San Diego Zoo is really great, by the way, and Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Percy was let out to celebrate next week's opening of the zoo's new Wildlife Explorers Base Camp. I really hope they put in like an AI in this thing and it becomes so advanced and smart. It doesn't become it. It is going to be. It's just a self-learning AI, self-taught AI, right? And this thing becomes it's just sentient enough to where people start worshiping it. They're like, oh my God, you know me. You have answers. You tell me great relationship advice that I already knew, but it's the fact that you're a giant porcupine and you're telling me this. It's out of the ordinary. 6 months into the planning, the puppet is modeled on the prehensile-tailed porcupine native to South America. It has circumference of nearly 40 feet. We already know that. We've done some fantasy creatures a little bit bigger, but in terms of duplicating an animal, it's the biggest we've ever done, said Peter Brook, creative supervisor for Jim Henson's Creature Shop. So this puppet is fucking legit. What you saw in Neverending Story? Shit. The prehensile tail that gives the tree-dwelling, fruit-eating species its name exists in this case in the imagination only. Just the front half exists and pokes out, and the rest appearing to stay safely inside the log. Yeah, that's disappointing. It's like you've been hearing a voice all this time, and it's like the Wizard of Oz, right? Oz is like, oh, I'm this big guy, big head, whoa, big projection. I have so much power. And then you go behind the scene, and it's just a little dude, just a guy. It's gonna be like this, except here you'll be in Narnia, and there'll be a bunch of porcupines having sex. What? It's essentially based on a big inflatable with the addition of a mouth, jaw, and mechanical eyes, Brooks said. A real what? Why does he keep saying prehensile tail porcupine? Was at the scene at Elysian Park near Dodger Stadium. The porcupine got lost before emerging in her giant puppet form after the kids brought out bunches of bananas to lure her. Porcupines like bananas? I don't know what their diet is. There's a fucking fly. It's getting hot in Florida, so bugs are going to start to invade my place. Like fruit flies or something. No, not fruit flies. Just whatever. Gnats. Yikes. I think she's getting close. I think I know just the thing for her. Base camp performer Jennifer Popagain said before bringing out a giant banana of her own. Come on. This kid's watching this show. The kids counted down, then mob Percy once she emerged. Oh my god, they like literally attacked it, and they're like, "Oh my god, kill it! It's a fucking demon!" Yeah. After another media stop, Percy will make her way down the coast to her permanent home at the San Diego Zoo. Can you just imagine just driving by and you see this puppet porcupine just being a puppet, and you're like, what? Anybody see that? No? Okay. And that's it. All right, we get the idea. Featured species there will include a tortoise, an ocelot, a caiman, an anteater known as a tamandua, and of course a prehensile tailed porcupine. So I'm guessing this isn't the only one that they've done. Well, guys, you better watch out. We're about to find out what really built the pyramids. It was giant animals, not giants or slaves from Egypt. Yeah, it's yeah. Look at that. Just look at that beauty. Oh my god, the schnoz on that thing. I'm just waiting for it to actually blink, like Morse code style, and it's actually been sending messages to China or Russia or something about like nuclear threats. These kids have the answers. They know they have the nuclear launch codes. Get them out. Get them out of here. All right, folks. That's enough out of that. I've had enough of that. Okay, get this porcupine off my fucking stage right now. It's disgusting. All right, back to this. So I hope you were thrilled about things like that. Yay. Because I know I wasn't. Actually, today I almost thought of just doing game articles, going back to my roots of how NIKO Show actually started, which was just talking about game news, really. But I don't know. It's just, it doesn't age well when that happens. That's why I like talking about certain things, because the things can age well, and they're topics that you and I can discuss. I know it's mainly video game stuff, but there have been things where I don't talk about just video games. I talked about space, comic book stuff. I talked about the movie Her, Star Wars, you know, so on and so forth. I've done it. I've had different people interview that I've interviewed before that have done music or stage work or cosplayers, whatever, you know. Anyway, I gotta get them back on. Sometimes it's like I would like to get these people back on the show. I just don't know what I would talk to them about, you know. Like mainly is my friend Vic. I say my friend, but we don't really talk that much. That's okay. She's busy. Victoria Hofferson, though, the great Vic, she was a lot of fun to talk to. Great conversation. You guys should check that episode out. It was awesome. I was just getting a bunch of people to interview that I felt really honored. Seriously. I had John, Paula Hayward, had Victoria Hofferson, had Michael. He doesn't show his last name, but Michael is seriously the most prolific, most popular video game like lo-fi, you know, artist out there. He's awesome, super nice guy. I was not expecting him to be German though. It was great. Then I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, and then Carolyn I've had on the show. Carolyn Wules, awesome. You know, local rock star. I had her first time interview in person, so that was fun. Anyway, you get the idea. So, and then we just had John back on the show. And then, you know, we've also had special guests that haven't been interviews. You know, we've had Dayton, you know, Red X. We've had Saint Wolven. You know, we've had other people on the show. It's been great. So, guys. Are you ready to talk about the main subject? I just wanted to say that just to be like, hey, look at me glow. I have this list of people I've had on. You know, networking is a hell of a thing. It's a big, important thing. So, this next one, it could be a bit of a touchy subject. I don't know if you guys will agree with me. Maybe you will if you understand where I'm coming from. Because, you know, as I said in the beginning, we're going to be talking about how video games should stop. And what do you mean stop? Well, I'm talking about halt video game production, like where we don't play there's no new video games for like a whole year. Which isn't, well, trust me, I know that's never going to happen because this is the world we live in. It revolves around money and infrastructure that way, and businesses got to keep going and put food on the table and then screw everybody else over with shitty modern gaming games. I get it, you know, I get it. But just what if that happened, though? What if we lived... you could do this with anything. Just think of anything right now, audience, appreciate it. You can find me on anywhere on links down below. Shameless plugs. Just think of anything that has been going on for so long that you wish would just end, at least for a year, right? Hey, some of you might say the human race. I completely understand, because the human race is a very pathetic, petty, greedy, creation, invention by some of you would like to say God invented, or just by the powers above us, or whoever, some cosmic force out there, right? Or you could say, I don't know, video games in particular, or movies, or I don't know, cell phones for a year. Imagine or social media. Imagine if social media didn't happen for a whole year, just stopped. You couldn't use it. Just imagine the way the people would react to that. Just imagine. Actually, this sounds like I just want to be a crazy motherfucking scientist for the hell of it, or a crazy experimenter of just seeing how the world, maybe I want to watch the world burn a little bit, because maybe that needs to happen when it comes to these certain gluttonous addictions we have. And don't worry, I've done a whole episode on video game addiction. I'm well aware that I'm addicted to video games. Not to the unhealthy levels that some people do. I still like to exercise. I still work. I still make money. I still hang out with other people. I still do things. I still do a podcast. I still make video. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's not just, but I'm like low-key addicted to video games compared to everybody else who lives under the video game roof. But I'm not here to judge them. I'm just here to ask you guys, what would you want to end for a halt progress, halt production for a whole year? And let me know down in the comments below. I would like to hear. So mine is video games, because hey, guess what? NIKO show, I talk about video games and stuff. That's literally my description for this show. So back behind me is just a very super small example of how many video games there are. I mean, look at that. That right there you consider is a lot of video games, because you put a lot of time and money and effort into that. So the reason why I want to do this topic is because enough is enough. Seriously. I thought back in the day that video games were just they were just pumping, like back in the day during like the PS2 era, shit, even like the PlayStation 1 era, or, somewhere around there. I remember growing up, going to GameStop, and I would just see rows and rows of PS2 games, I've never even heard of, that I'm like, I'm never going to touch, because truth be told, I was always a Nintendo Xbox fanboy. I was never a Sony fanboy. Sony was always the last thing I would get for the consoles. Like a PlayStation 1, I got that so late. Same thing with the PS2, and then I never got a PS3, then I got a PS4 so late. But this time, and this generation of consoles, I got the PS5 over the Xbox Series X, because the Xbox Series X is a piece of shit and has no exclusives for it. And if you say Halo Infinite is a exclusive game, yeah, calling it a game is giving it too much credit. So besides that, yeah, I've been pretty satisfied with my PS5. So anyway, just saying. But, even how many years video games have been out, it's crazy how many have been developed. And you want to know the exact number? We'll do this in real time, okay? How many video games are there? Okay? Are there in the world? As of 2020, it estimated that China ranks first among the biggest gaming markets worldwide with a revenue of $40.85 billion. Okay. How many video games are there in the world of 2020? Okay, well, in 2019, over 8,000. Yeah. 8033. Yeah, okay, let's look at 2021. Okay, the platform initially released just 7 games in 2000. Okay, by the numbers progressively risen, reaching a staggering over 10K in 2021. Oh my. So, but I think that's talking about Steam. That's Steam, by the way. That's insane. From 2004 to 2021, over 10,000 games. Okay, so that's just Steam, by the way. Okay, so I guess it's hard to find that number, but you get the idea. Okay. That's so many, and I get it. Look, that's the same thing with everything else that's an art form, right? It's music, movies, games, books. I get it. You can't expect us to read every single thing or tackle everything. There's always something. There's always the thing of progress that's always going. Like, I understand that. I understand it. it's a forever rotating door. It's a conveyor belt that just keeps pumping out stuff on whatever. And that's with anything in life, honestly. People, technology, art, all that stuff. It's just the way life is, unfortunately, and unfortunately in some regards. So, video games is one of those things that I was just thinking. I'm like, man, I it's just observation and then anecdotal, really, honestly, and just going from what I've seen and what I've experienced, and it's kind of crazy how many video games get pumped out each day. Just look on Steam and look at it on a day-to-day basis, and see what games have been being released. It's constant. You look on the eShop on the Switch. I'm just going with recent examples, okay? Don't smite me. Look on the eShop, and all it is just games that I've never heard of that no one's ever going to touch or play besides maybe like a small, very niche crowd of people. I mean, because nowadays it's so like making a video game is so easy these days. It's so much more accessible. For one, the creation kits are there, the programs you need to make a video game like RPG Maker, or using different kinds of engines like the Unity engine, the Epic engine, Crytek, whatever. It doesn't matter. The tools are there. There's sources on YouTube or research you can do online to learn how to do it. Blah, blah. You can make something out of something. You can be just one guy. Anyway. So now you understand where I'm coming from. Now it's even more accessible, more people, and people are just making more games. I've always been a guy that's been quality over quantity, and I know it's not always been like that with video games. There's always been shitty video games that even professional developers that work for big corporations have made schlock. I get that. I understand that completely. So you're never in this. You're never safe from poor products. But the fact is, they weren't releasing like 30 games a week, though, is what I'm saying. That's just one company, and I get it. It's just one company releasing their one game on Steam, and it's just all compiled together. I mean, even if you took Steam away, if you just had just consoles releasing games, it'd be the same thing. It doesn't matter what company. But enough is enough. My main thing is I just want people to stop wasting so much fucking money. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say here. The point of this whole thing is I just want to see this happen. That way people can actually catch up with the games that they spend their hard-earned money or mommy and daddy's money on a $60 product that they only play for like 2 hours. And I've seen this happen so many fucking times where people just buy $60 games and they only play it for like a few hours. Why do you do that to yourself, people? Why? And then they go and buy another $60 game and then another $60, and it's the same fucking thing. And then in the reality of things, they just stick to one game that they've been playing that's free. For example, I've seen plenty of people that they buy all these $60 games and they're just playing Animal Crossing the whole time. Why do you spend so much money on a game you're only going to play like 1 hour in? Stop doing that, people. This is why I want this to happen, so you can actually catch up and not feel the pressure of like, the next best thing. The next best thing. I get it. It's your choice. It's your money. Use it when you need it, right? JJ Wetworth, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm just saying that you're really showing your addiction to just not only to gambling, because you are gambling when you spend $60 on these games, and it's a flip of a coin. Either you stick to it or you don't. You are feeding into your addiction of just, like I said, buying and the gambling aspect of it, and then playing the video games, and then moving on to the next thing. That's how it is these days, too. It's so easy to know every little thing about a game that's coming out. It's no longer really a surprise anymore. Look, I get it. I understand that you want to do some research on certain things that you're unsure about that has kind of a neat concept for the game, but you want to know if you're really you're putting your money where your mouth is or where the game's at. I did that with Pokemon Arceus. I was 50-50 on it, and then I realized how fucking awesome it was, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna take a gamble on this, and I spent 200 hours in the game, and ever since it came out. So, boom, there you go, folks. I got lucky on that. But see, my thing is nowadays, and this actually goes hand in hand with what we're talking about. When I spend a $60 game, I tell myself I am going to spend at least $100 in it to get my money's worth. Yeah. For example, Elden Ring, I'm 82 hours in. I'm going to get my money's worth once I'm at 100 hours. That to me right there, it's either doing that or getting all the achievements for the game. 100%ing it in some way, right? 100 hours or 100% completion. That's how I know that I've put my money's my money's worth into it. with anything, with any $60 game. But you guys should try that out. It does help you slow down your video game consuming addiction. Trust me, it really does. But we're not. Sometimes I bite the bullet. I'm only human. I have moments of weakness, and I give in as well. So that's why I want to do this. So this is just the reason behind this whole thing of doing. I may be repeating myself, but bear with me. The whole thing behind this video games stopping production or just stopping is just so we can all catch up, so we can all catch a breath of fresh air and just enjoy these games without the pressures of other things coming out. Like I said, you can do that with any other thing in life. You can do that literally with anything. And I just want to see what would happen. I know it's not going to happen because, like I said, way earlier is that these companies need to make money to just keep themselves going. But aren't you guys fed up of seeing a Call of Duty game every fucking year? Aren't you just fed up with seeing piss poor examples of modern gaming from these companies? I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand when I talked about how video game franchises must die. And that was me talking about all the big popular franchises that have been making a game in their series for over 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, like Call of Duty, Zelda, Mario, fucking fucking DDR or whatever, Guitar Hero. You know what I'm saying? Like all those games that have been coming out, World of Warcraft expansions. You should stop. And it's just be great just to give those developers also a breath of fresh air, because we've also been hearing how much crunch time has been. Like I said, this is just a fantasy reality. It's never going to happen. And I understand what it takes to get things going to make these companies successful. I get it. But I'm just a what if. If it could actually work. Now it's like, oh, Nico, so what would the workers do if they're for the companies that don't work for the game? I don't know, give them paid leave, because these companies have billions and billions of fucking dollars. Okay? Have you seen how much Microsoft has been, their acquisitions of late? They own like a bazillion gaming companies. They just bought Microsoft, they bought themselves pretty much. They bought into their own lies. Just kidding. They just bought Activision Blizzard for so many billions of dollars. Okay? Same thing with Bethesda, billions of dollars. Same thing with all these other companies, millions or billions of dollars. Okay? These companies have the money. They can afford to give these workers a year off or something, right? They could do it. It's possible, okay? It's fucking possible. Have you seen how much EA makes? Okay? Holy crap. It's never going to happen. But hey, maybe it doesn't have to be a whole year. Maybe it's just, video games can just halt their progress themselves. But I don't know. Maybe you can find something that they could do in the meantime. I'm just saying. Just video games in general. Releasing into the public. Creation and then releasing. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Everything else is just everything else behind, that goes with it. But just video games themselves. So, hey, guess what? You got this list of video games, this staggering tower of video games that you've been wanting to get to, but you've been so trying to keep up with the times of what's been coming out, that what's been popular, what a lot of people buy into. Like for example, Elden Ring is one of those games that a lot of people have bought. They try to just be a part of the crowd. I get that, but I have a feeling there's not going to be many people beating that game, because it's long as hell and it's open world. They're just going to wait for the next game to come out and they'll move on and leave it in the past. That's how it happens, and it's a shame. It took me a long time to get to this point where I realized, like, you know what, I really want to, spend my money wisely on these games that I spend $60 on and get my money's worth. I'm telling you, it's smart. Try this out. For every $60 game you buy, put 100 hours into it. I am telling you, it's hard to do, trust me, but it is a great way to spend money and save money. Okay? That way you're not worried about the next thing. There's this guy I know, I'm not going to say his name, of course, for reasons. We'll just call him John Doe. There's this guy that posts stuff on Twitter that talks about how, oh my God, all these games are coming out, and I'm going to be out of money. And I remember I told him one time, like, you don't have to buy all the games. And he sent me like a gift, like what are you trying to say? Or like, are you kidding me type thing. I'm like, oh my God, what a preposterous idea, saving money and not spending all your time on video games and actually doing something productive. He does have a pretty decent YouTube channel, but I'm just saying, oh my God, what are the odds? By the time you're done getting through the game that you're supposed to be spending countless hours in, that you spent $60 on of your hard-earned money, that game that you're gonna buy next, it could be cheap by then. By the time you're done, it could be cheaper. You're saving money, or you might not even buy it. But like I said, people just like to get on the bandwagon, stick with the crowd. They don't want to be the outlier like me. I tried to be, or anybody else. Hey, For my older brothers, they don't buy games left and right. They are very patient with certain games. They really do their research on it because they know $60 for video games is a lot of money. For anybody who says $60 for a video game is not a lot of spending money, you're fucking crazy. You're crazy. I'm just saying. Oh, Nico just said I was crazy because I spent $60 on a game. No. For those of you, I'm saying that if you think that $60 isn't a lot to spend on a video game, and especially now how some video games are $70, yeah, you're nuts to believe that. But hey, you're probably the guy that spends over $200 on video games every month or something. So here we are. Just admit that you have a problem. It's fine. It's okay. I admit that I have video game addiction. It's okay. I'm not afraid to share it. Big fucking deal, right? So anyway, yeah, I got two other brothers, and they're very, very patient with certain games that come out. They don't just, go to a strip club and there's all these different video game pole dancing, and they're like, nah. They're not throwing their money out. They're waiting for the real special one, the lady of the night, pretty much, the game of the night. That's when they start throwing out the dough. Anyway, yeah, what a great example, a great analogy, or whatever you want to call it. Putting my brothers in a strip club with video games, pole dancing. Yeah, good times. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Stop right there.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
Oh, God.
Retard alert, class.
That was double whammy. So, now you get to where I'm coming from. Now do you understand what I'm trying to say? Is that like I said, just take a big break and just enjoy what you have and just keep playing. For the people out there that take their time and what they play, and they actually put a lot of hours, like they literally go one by one with each game, I commend you. You put in at least 100 hours in, or you put enough hours in to where you feel satisfied and you're not guilted to buy another game. But trust me, impulse buys is a hell of a thing, and yeah, and moments of weakness happen with anything with consumerism. We're tempted. We're tempted because that's what it's called, marketing and supply and demand. That's what it is. That's just how it is. That's the capitalist system in the great U.S. And unfortunately, there's corrupt capitalism. We've seen that with big time gaming companies and just all companies or most companies in the U.S. or in the world that have tried to screw us over by selling us faulty products or products that are $60 that don't deserve to be $60 and we barely spend any time in it as it is. So anyway, you know what I'm getting at. So I'll ask you guys again, what is something that you would like to see in this world, this universe that we live in, just stop for a whole year? Is it video games? Is it movies? Is it a certain technology like cell phones? Is it the human race? Is it, not having children for a whole year? God, imagine the world with that. Jeez. Because we need more babies in the world. Yay. Shower. What about showering? Not showering for a year. Yeah, forget that. I guess we'll just find the retention pond where all the other dead homeless people are at. Because it's in the water. Making all the frogs gay. Making all the homeless people gay. So, folks, that is it about video games stuff. Video games should stop. And I'm going with a whole year. We could do it. It wouldn't be no problem. We got a backlog that we can easily get to. But hey, last time I'll say this, give it a shot. Any $60 game, any game you spend $60 on, put at least 100 hours into, and then move on to the next one. Or 100% it. Like, for example, getting all the achievements, or just, that's usually a good thing. That's what I've done with myself with Tales of Arise and Guardians of the Galaxy for the PS5. I some of them I got close to $100 hours in, but the ones that I didn't, like Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't put 100 hours. You expect me to put 100 hours in Guardians of the Galaxy? No, you're funny. But I did 100% it. I did get a platinum trophy, so I feel like I've done all I could, right? I got my money's worth there. That's time putting in, time spent. Great game, by the way. So, folks, thank you so much for being here. I've been your host, Niko the Legend, also known as the one-man or teenager, the snowflake, rambling idiot, and vigil. I hope you did enjoy, and like I said, you can find me, all links down below, on Spotify, Twitch, Discord, YouTube, on Twitter. I'm here. We're almost to 1,000 subs. I'm getting excited again. I'm trying not to get too excited, but hey, I want to do a special countdown episode whenever we get close to the last 5 subs in the 995. Let's go. That'd be fun. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below on what things you want to stop for a whole year. And, maybe the world could do some good from it. Anyway, take care, Pathfinders. I am leaving, and it's time for me to eat some breakfast. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Oh, so goodbye. So goodbye. I'll see you at Universal Studios and I'll be streaky in public. What?